Time to get back in there in the North Karanas. It's a good place to fight. I'll just stay here and fight. And as someone pointed out, I don't have to run back to town to train up double attack when I get it. I only thought that because some skills that are weird, for instance, sense heading has to be trained before it goes up, even though you can use a skill. And likewise, there's another skill. Taunt on this server did not go up until I trained in it. So it's nice weather out here. I see beetles that con yellow. Seen some that con blue. Maybe it's the pincer versions are the blue cons. So I can fight things out here. And there's a vendor over the druids. And I can get loot that could be traded in from the will-o-wisp. Let's look for things to fight. All right, so I do have 2 stacks of bandages. I think I could handle a blue con. This beetle, for instance. Let's check my life out. So I've got my potion drink. I'm using my shield and the shaded staff. All right, I think I'm ready to go. So my hit points is 241. Let's go for it. Gonna use bash and regular melee. My one-handed blunt is still increasing in skill, so it's got a ways to go. It's going to get better. I have to keep rotating myself like this because if you just snooze for a minute, something will pop up on you and attack. See, that lion just appeared just after he got around that tree. Oh, dude, my life's getting low. Ooh, this is closer than I expected. I'm gonna win, I'm sure. But I'm already below half life. And if I got attacked, I don't think I could make it to the zone. You know, like an add-on. Experience-wise, I'm over halfway through the level. There's really no safe place to rest in this zone. I think maybe by the bridge is the safest. However, if someone was training to zone, and you're sitting there, I've done that several times. People just sit there, go AFK. You can see the tree ant off in the distance, way out there. So that was a good fight. And plains roots, fire beetle eyes ×2. I'm not even gonna loot those. Let's check the experience, looking nice, and let's throw on some bandages. I have to target myself first, huh? Oh, come on now. When I clicked the dang skill, it has to refresh now. Even though it wasn't actually working. So, while I'm doing this, let's check out. Pulling up my phone app game, my favorite one. Another Spanish get going. And there's a blue beetle right coming towards my way. Several beetles coming my way, and they're all social, so it's not rush into things. One more bandage. All right, now my phone app game. There we go. I've got it opened. It's an idle game, so I can let it run while I'm playing this. I just have to interact with it every few minutes to make it do stuff. Okay. I am getting swarmed by the beetles. Is that one blue? Yeah, so let's just go for this blue pincer. All right, let's check my hit points. See, I was at 240 on the last one, so now I'm nearly back up to where I was. I gained skills in bash and one-handed blunt, so I've actually gained strength since my last fight. Very little, but some. We'll wait till we get at least 240 again. I'm at 238. One more tick. Okay, I run and then I sit. 242, run, and I sit. This mouse double clicks when I click it once. Sit. Dude, what does it do that? 247. 249. And attack. Let's do the old spinnerooski on it. The circle strafe. So back in the days, I used to play this game called Infantry. It was like a top-down or isometric view game. And you played soldiers with different classes, like heavy, psyops, regular infantry. And the way you PvP'd on that game is you would do strafing. So you go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and you would strafe back and forth. And the other person would shoot at you and strafe back and forth too. And you had different weapons, different armors. So you would have to get good at dodging bullets while you're aiming. So you would aim, turn, like that. And this is a game that came out and was published by Sony Online Entertainment. So that's how I found it. I used to log in the same kind of screen login, the SOE login that I would use for Everquest. And the game is called Infantry. It was awesome. I loved it. I was addicted. I was in the top 100. I had a character and my name was I Got Worms. Ooh, we should go. Let's check my hit points. 202. I better wait. Let's wait and let's actually use a bandage. And experience-wise, I'm making decent gains. Very decent. So yeah, I talked about watching Hail Mary with my sister last weekend. And, you know, the ticket prices, yeah, it's crazy how expensive ticket prices have got for movie theaters. You know, they're struggling to get people in, and so, like, I guess the offset, the lower volume of people coming in, is they just increase the ticket prices an incredible amount, but they offer these premium luxury box seats. So why does it do that? So the seats, they sell them in pairs. There's a lot of these paired Lux box seats, and they're partitioned. So there's two of them kind of combined together, and then it blocks off from behind you and on the sides. So it gives you a privacy. It's like a privacy booth almost. And then they have like reclining seats, and the seat actually has heat warmers, so it's like a heated seat too. And then they got these little adjustable tables that slide in front of you, and you can push the thing to call for a wait staff person to give you some food. And they provide popcorn with, you know, it's complimentary popcorn. But when you order food, it's like you don't want the popcorn. I can't eat the food and the popcorn. So I always get the food. My sister always invites me when there's a movie that she wants to see, and she just enjoys having someone to go with. So I enjoy going. We hang out, and she spends a lot of money. I'll be honest. She spends probably $40 on the tickets for two. And then the food, you know, you're looking at about $18 standard for something from the entrees, so like a cheese pizza or something, or like some sliders with some fries. And then the drinks are separate, but they do give you refills. But so you're thinking, okay, there's $40 for the tickets, not including tax. And then the food you're looking at with the tips, say it's $30 per person. So you're easily paying $100 for two people to go to the movies and get a meal. But it's not bad. You're getting dinner, and the quality food that you get is actually very comparable to a nice restaurant. So I would give this, if I had to rank the food out of a 5-star rating, I would say it's about a solid 4.2. So it'd be the equivalent to, like, if you've ever been to Red Robin, I would say their food is pretty comparable to like the Red Robin sit down eat restaurants. All right, we're gonna go for the Silver Wolf. Let's check the hit points. I have 261. That's plenty. Let's pull it off. Silver Mist Wolf. Now, next level, I get double attacks. I might actually go to dual wielding with that, because you can double attack off each swing, and you're gonna really pump out the offensive. So defense defense is good, but then a good offense is a good defense, right? Is that like some Sun Tzu quote? The best defense is a strong offense. The art of war. All right, you poor wolf. Down you go. Mist wolf pelt sells for 1 gold. It's almost not worth picking up. I like how you can check the value of every item before you pick it up. Is it vendor trash? Or is it just trash? All right, let me put my game. Boom. So tonight, before I go to bed, I'll hit this checkpoint on my game where I earned $3.90. So combined with that, I already have like $2.50 in there. So I hit that $5 threshold to withdraw, and it's going to take about 1 to 2 days to get that money into my bank. It goes right to my Cash App account, and I'm buying SCHDs. It's a exchange traded fund, passively managed. It's really easy, simple, and addictive. And so I bought $5.58 of it today because that's all I had in my Cash App account. I'm about to get more. And then my yield on cost for all of these Cash App purchases, it's going to start improving because I'm real smart about what I'm buying. But the yield on cost right now is over 4%. So what this means is, say I have $350 of my portfolio value. I bought things and they've increased in value and they paid out dividends. So 4% yield on cost means every year I get a return of 4% of my total contribution. So if I contributed $100, 4% yield on cost means every year I get $4 back of that $100. And the way like some exchange traded funds like ETF works, the dividend payout increases faster than inflation, so your yield on cost increases if you don't contribute any more money. So eventually your yield on cost might be as high as like 25%. So if I don't, in the contributions, if I stop contributing, they're still paying out dividends. The dividends buy more shares, and so my yield on cost just increases over time. It's like the math works, and it's really cool. So if you understand how the math works and you have a lot of patience, it's like the gift that keeps on giving, right? So if I had some kids and I was going to give them an allowance, I would say, how about this? I just pay you 18 years of allowance at once and put it in this portfolio. You can choose to reinvest your dividends, which is your allowance, or you can just put it back into your portfolio. And then by the time you can calculate out, by the time you're 30, this is what you'll be having instead. So you just leave it in there, right? That's no fun. Kids want to spend money. When you're a kid, you think you got all the time in the world. But now I got this sense of urgency. I've got to invest and I've got to get ready for retirement. I don't want to work forever. I don't want to work because I have to just to survive either. And that's the reality of what I'm looking at now, unless I get busy. All right, I'm getting text messages and I feel bad if I don't respond to them. One way you know someone cares is if they respond to your messages promptly. And I'm trying to get better because people who do message me, I do care about. As soon as I wallop this wisp. Go down. Oh, you gave me a burnt out stone, so let me just reply to my text really quick. Back in the game. Let's see here. Progress towards leveling. We're about 75% through level. I'll hit level 15 before this episode's up, as long as I don't dilly-dally. There's a blue griffin. I don't know about fighting the griffins. The last one I fought, it kind of wrecked me. So the grizzly is blue. I'm going to avoid the teals. All right, we can do this. And while I fight this thing, I'm going to put on some music. I go to my trusty channel I use for music. Well, after I bash them first. Okay, let's try to pull it up real quick. Where's the channel? Nope. I've got 2 YouTube channels, and one of them's got YouTube Premium. I pay like 16 bucks a month for that thing just to avoid the commercials. And the reason why it's worth it to me to use YouTube Premium is if you watch free movies, they do play ads on them, but you can skip the ads. And then if you, like me, put on videos and you go to sleep with it, an ad won't interrupt your video. So that happens all the time. Say I was listening to like train sounds or the sound of storms or some kind of commentary that really was putting me to sleep. The last thing you want is for it to an ad to interrupt, and it jarring wakes you up again. All right, Scythe beetles, scythe beetles. These are yellow and teals. No, nope. I don't want to fight those. I don't want to fight the teals or the yellows. Let's go over here. The boars. There's a guy named Zanusus over there by that hill. Okay, well, Will-O-Wisp, here we go. Well, I fight this, since Bash does nothing. Sorry. I'm going to go grab a root beer. I try to train my bladder by not drinking too much before bed because I'll wake up, go to the bathroom once or twice. But I'm thirsty and I've got a tickle in my throat. I need a cold root beer. Darn it, neither of these are cold. I want to. You know what I love doing when you went camping and you had a cold stream next to you, your campsite? You'd get your drinks and put them in the cold stream to cool them down. You pulled one out of the stream and it was ice cold. And that was your refrigerator. Your ice box. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and turn it in right away. All right, let's check it out. I need to put it in my main bag here. And we are 82% through this level. I better put on a bandage first. Let's do that. Bind wound. While you're bind wounding, you can look around like this. So in that movie, you know, I like to be in third person view so I can see all around me. In that movie, Hail Mary, the alien likes to sleep staring at the main character. The main character likes his privacy, but the alien's like, okay, let me sleep staring at you and you stare at me. And they did that because it was like a protection mechanism, because when you're sleeping, you didn't have your back protected. So in a way, you're vulnerable when you're putting on bind wound, and it's nice to have this field of view. Okay, I think bind wound is working great now. It's giving me a lot of health. There's a yellow Highland lion, yellow con. I ate a nutty bar. And that's why it's got a congested throat. All right, here we go. You're watching my experience. Nice. And you sell the book for 8 platinum. Nice. And does she sell bandages? Yeah, she sells more bandages. I can get more. I can get food. A ruined null thing. Reinforced boots. Let's see. 6 AC. And what I'm wearing gets 4 AC. Let's go ahead and buy them. 2 platinum. Here we go. Upgrade. All right. Let's check. So right now I have 319 AC. I put on these. 322. So I gained 3 AC from that, and it didn't change my weight at all. Awesome. When your warrior AC is king. All right, we're going to fight this right here. This is not a very good place to fight, I feel. It's high traffic area, and you got obstructed view with all these darn huts. Sorry. I usually clear my throat before I start recording. The Boarmeister. Yeah, the experience sucks on this. On P99, you would give it a lot of experience. You'd be like, wow. Here, it kind of just like terrible. Even with the bonus potion. So there is a lot of disparity. Because I'm only level 14. That should give a lot of experience. Maybe it was just giving too much and they nerfed it. Or maybe P99's inaccurate. Who knows? I kind of trust P99's accuracy. They really are dedicated to the original experience. Hey, look at there, another one. So I got the experience from the kill and from the turn-in. And 8 platinum. Alright, I'm only about 2 kills to leveling. If I get a good solid dark blue, maybe even 1 kill. Oh, I didn't put my music on. Alright, back in the action, and there's a wasp. So when you're stunned, you can't even, like, turn your body left or right. I try to turn and it kind of shakes the screen a little bit. Look how sensitive the mouse is. You can do this. It's like what happens when you get an earthquake in the game. And they're respawning everything. Oh. When you hear the crunch, it's like a critical hit. Let's pop up and... You hear that? That's a root beer. It's a nice treat to have. That's the only thing I would say I waste money on is beverage sodas. If I drink water, I would save a lot of money. But, you know, you only live once. You live once, you might as well enjoy it. Within reason. Alright, one more kill? Yep. Might even just take on a till. Oh, there we go. See if I can do one bind wound fast and then fight that wolf. Double attacks. We're gonna get it. Yeah, talking to a friend who likes to fly planes, and she was just talking about that plane crash thing that happened. What's my hit points? Oh, I'm only 197? I can't tell if I'm 50%. Oh, no, I can do one more bind wound. I'm not even 50% yet. Yeah, there was some kind of plane crash just happened. Man, there's another will-o-wisp. They're everywhere. Look at this place. It's non-stop. 215 hit points, and right now I have 50% health. Time to go. I'm gonna do the wolf. Ooh, boar beetles are the even con. There's a bear. There's everything over here. Let's make sure the bear's not coming this way first. Damn it. Yeah, we're good. Problem fighting these is if you have to run for the hills, they'll run you down. These are quick. They mean business. Right, hit points. 431 hit points. Let's see, when I level, my new hit point is going to be probably, goes up by like 30? Like 28 or something. I'm going to predict it's going to be 460. Yeah, let's just say that 460. I went into a berserker frenzy. I don't seem to do a lot of critical hits. There it is, y'all. Alright. Let's just go right for this till con fight and see if I can do a double attack. Oh yeah, double attack's going up. See that? 1, 2. Awesome. I need to bandage up pretty badly. A lot of loot. Oh, you scared me, dude. Alright, let's not even mess around. Bandage up. Alright, 461 hit points. I predicted 460, I went to 461. That's good. So I had 431, it gave me 30 hit points when I leveled. Being level 15. I remember when I played back in the day, this is where I kind of got lost on which... I was like playing in Kinos, Blackborough, and I hit level 15. I didn't know what to do in the game anymore. There was no direction, there was no questing. There was just like, okay, what do I do? I just started running to the new zone, and when I got here, I just got clobbered. I remember fighting a blue-conned griffin, and I got destroyed by it. And I thought, I don't even know where I was. I died at. I didn't know how to get my body back. And so I lost my gear, and I kind of recuperated some random gear. And then the next time I left, I was exploring and trying to find new things to fight. A new dungeon, like where do I go next? And I got to this bridge up here, and I went to North Karanas, Southeast Karanas. And then I went through the mountain pass, and then I went through high pass. They didn't have the gnolls at the entrance area, so I just got... Maybe someone was killing them, but I remember I ran past that area, and then I got to like the inn. There's like an inn by the waterfall area, and I was just walking into the rooms, and there was this like dark elf, just NPC character, just hanging out in the room, and he just destroyed me in one hit, and I was like, that's it, and I just stopped playing. I mean, I started playing a new character, but that was the end of my character. I got to like, you know, level, I would say maybe it was 16 or 15 or 17, somewhere around there, and I just gave up. And then I ended up creating a bard character next. And that's the character I got the furthest in. I was in my 40s as a bard, I think. I was fighting around Carnor's castle, I remember. That was like Dreadlands. That's as farthest I got where I was fighting. So whatever level you can start fighting in Dreadlands solo as a bard, that's where I was at. That's how far I got in my earliest Everquest classic days. All right. I mean, I can aim for another blue kill. Let's actually go to double. Let's take off the shield. And we're going to use dual wielding to try to use double attacks. I have to increase my dual wield skill as well. Alright, 50% health. I'm going to aim for a blue. So there's a blue boar beetle. That's going to be tough. I would like a pierce pincer beetle instead. There we go, blue pincer. I look really good with my dual weapons. The axe particularly looks nice. Staff's got a really cool texture to it. It looks kind of ashen. Fancy type of wood. Right, we're stalking our prey. Sneak up behind it. I remember playing Dark Age of Camelot. I would play a rogue class, and this is how you would sneak up behind it and backstab. That's how you'd open the fight. All right, I need a kick. Let's put kick up. Dang, dude. All right, I'm coming back. I was getting nervous. I'm making a comeback, y'all. Strong comeback. Double attack's only 4 skill. very good. I'm gonna fight the till. Dude, I'm already half of a yellow bar through level 15 already. It's crazy. One more bandage. All right, I can do the bear or just another pincer. Let's just do another pincer. There we go. How about this one? Love seeing skill gains going up. Oh, you can't, when you're fighting, you can't turn your body to look. You can't pan the camera like you're turning your head on a swivel. You have to do it like this. Heck. A grizzly. Let's do it. I'm trying to get my skills up. You can see the offense picking up in power. Double attack's only 5 though. Look at the lighting on the ground. It's like a checkerboard. It's kind of goofy. Nice. A lion. All right, guys. I think that's going to end it for this episode. I got work in the morning. You don't want to hear about work, but I have a big day at clinic. 20 patients. I'll be happy if I get about 4 no-shows. That way it gives me a little breathing time. You always plan for a couple no-shows, but when they all show up, oh, it's so brutal. I'd get 20 minutes per patient, and they can come in with the craziest complaints. You're wrapping up the visit, and then they tell you, oh, I just noticed this red eye that I've got. It's painful and blurry. And you're like thinking, oh my gosh, that looks like glaucoma. Let me send them down to the ophthalmologist or something. You know, they just do that at the very end of your visit. Like, that should have been the first thing you told me. But they came in just for a follow-up visit. Anyways, guys, that's me yakking. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. This is going to go up on Tuesday morning. Hope you guys taking care of yourself. Bye.